Hi Stampers, this is Holly from Rubber Redneck. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and welcome to another Fall Frenzy video tutorial. This week over on my blog, I will be posting videos to celebrate fall and to promote my upcoming 9 Days of Fall online class. There will be prize giveaways and each project will have a free downloadable project sheet. I will also be offering a special customer bonus to anyone who purchases $50 before tax and shipping through my Stampin' Up! Online store from October 19th to October 26th, 2015. You will receive the paper kit from the Fall Frenzy event to recreate all 4 projects. Please note, if you select no contact, I cannot email you or mail you the paper kit. For all the details and where to purchase the supplies to recreate the projects, please visit my blog, rubberredneck.typepad.com. This is project 4 for my Fall Frenzy event. I create a cute little fun gum holder. Here is the front view, the side view, and then here's what it looks like on the back. And this fits those trident size gums. And I'm using this stamp set called A Little Something from the Holiday Catalog. Now this is a really fun little set. It covers fall, Halloween, and Christmas. And then there's a lot of other little, you can use it for a few other times too of the year or just randomly with these other 2 sayings here. Now to create the little box part first, you want to cut 1 piece of Blackberry Bliss cardstock at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Once you have that cut, then you're going to take the stamp from A Little Something, ink it in Blackberry Bliss, and you're going to stamp all over that cardstock until you have it covered like you're seeing here. Once you have that stamped all over, then you're going to need your Simply Scored scoring tool, and you want to turn your cardstock so that the stamped side is down, and you're going to place the 5 1/2 inch length at the top, and then you want to score this at 1 1/2, 2 inches, 3 1/2, and then 4 inches. Then you want to turn it so the 4 1/4 inch length is up at the top of your Simply Scored scoring tool. And you want to score it then at 1/2 inch and then at 1 inch. Once you have that scored, then you will set your Simply Scored scoring tool aside, and then you're going to cut on your scored lines with your scissors. And what you want to do is you're going to have these little squares here, so you want to cut up on that scored line. You're going to do that to both sides of those little squares, and then you want to do that over here on the other side as well. So then it'll look like that so far. Then you want to turn this, and we're going to notch out this whole corner right here. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So then you still have those little squares in that centerpiece. Now you want to cut that bottom square off. And then turn it and do the same thing on the other side. And then once you have all the pieces cut, just check to make sure you have everything pretty straight from cutting. And if you don't, just trim that up quick. So then that's what it'll look like so far. Now you want to turn this over so that the stamped side is facing up. Then you're going to take some tear tape adhesive and you want to put that on those little tabs. Just put a little piece there on that little tab. You want to do that to both sides. And then you want to put some tear tape down here across the bottom in that little 1/2 inch area. So it'll look like that so far. Then you're going to need your stamping trimmer next. And what you want to do is we're going to cut this at an angle to get this V in here. So you want to line up the point of your cardstock, and we're going to cut it down to the point here. Excuse me, you want to cut you want to line it up from your score line here and cut it down to the point. So you're just going to line this all up on your cutter here on the groove part. And once you have that lined up, then you just cut on that. So then it'll look like this. Now you want to do the same thing on the other side. So you want to cut from the scored line down to the point. So then it'll look like this when you're done. Once you have that part all done, then you're going to set aside your Stampin' Trimmer, and you're going to need your bone folder. And what you want to do is start folding on all these scored lines to make it easier to assemble. So just start folding, run your bone folder over it. So now you're ready to start assembling the little box. Now you want to take that gum and you're going to put that right in here to start out with. And that little flap with that tear tape on it, pull off the backing, and then you're going to fold this in and bring this forward, lining up your edges. And then so you can see that once you got one in place, then you can pull out the gum and then pull that off. And then fold this over and line up your edges again. So there's what it'll look like so far. Then you want to put your gum right back in there. And the reason for that is if it's going to be a little harder to slide your gum in there because it'll want to catch on the edge of this. So what you want to do is put the gum in there first, pull off that backing, and then fold over your flap. Just line up your edges so they're nice and flush and form around that package of gum. And then now here what you want to do is just take some liquid glue and we're going to put a little bit going across the bottom on your other wing. And then you're going to fold this over, line up your edges, and then press down. And once you have that part done, you've just created your box to hold the gum. Pretty fun and easy to do. Then you want to cut one piece of the Farmer's Market Designer Series paper in that Cherry Cobbler Dots pattern. Cut that at 1/2 inch by 4.5. Then you want to turn this over and put a little piece of that tear tape on the end. And then we're going to just trim that off. And then we're going to attach this to that Blackberry Bliss cardstock. And what I did was I put it right in the center of that box on the front, and then you're gonna attach that. And then you want to, before you start wrapping this around, you want to put another little piece of tear tape on here. And you just want a little piece and put that on the end. And then you're gonna peel off the backing right away. Then you want to start pinching this around your box. So I just pinch the edges to help crease it. And then you're going to attach the other end, making sure you line it all up nice and tight, nice and even there. So that's what it'll look like so far. Then you want a piece of old olive cardstock, and then you're going to punch out the old olive cardstock using the label bracket punch. So you're going to turn this over so you can see it, and then just punch that out. Then you want to take that stamp from a little something, and I'm using a little something for you image. And you're going to put that on your block, and then you're going to need a piece of very vanilla cardstock. And you want that to be big enough to punch out with your 1 3/8 circle punch. And then we're going to use the Tangelo Twist ink pad, and we're going to ink this up. And then you want to just stamp onto your very vanilla cardstock. And once you have that stamped on there, you're going to take your 1 3/8 circle punch And you're going to turn this over and line this up in your punch so it's center, and then punch that out. Once you have that part done, then you're going to glue your very vanilla to your old olive. And then you want to attach this to the front of your gum holder using a stamping dimensional. And you want to put that dimensional on that designer paper, and then you're just going to attach your little bracket label. And you want to kind of go towards the right and up a little bit so you can see some of that designer paper. And then you want to take and create a bow out of the linen thread, and you're going to use a glue dot to attach this to the bottom right corner of your label. Then you want to take one of the blossom accents, and I'm using that Delightful Dijon one. These are really fun and work for all times of the year here. So I'm using the yellow colored one here for the fall. And then you want to take a rhinestone basic jewel, and you want that small one. You're going to put that over here on the left side of your label on the little dot. And then that completes the tutorial for the little cute fall gum holder. Now these would be perfect for teachers, friends, co-workers, just a fun little easy gift to recreate. Be sure to visit my blog, rubberredneck.typepad.com, for the free project sheet and to find out about my upcoming class and where to purchase all the supplies to recreate your own. Thank you for watching.